Alright, so it is doing something, it's just a lot slower than I expected. It's one of those things where I could log off at the end of the day and just let it sit there and generate. But as you can see, now we are at 5406144, and we just ticked to 143. So it is actually very, very slowly filling up this band of mana. It's one of those things where if I went to idle for a while, it is going to give me some mana for free. Ultimately, not as useful as I thought it was going to be, but, you know, I'll take it. It's still free. I should drop these wands while I'm thinking about it. Alright, so with the Band of Aura off the list, we'll just pull that there and put it in here. We then move on to the Crystal Bow. Now, that's to replace my Living Wood Bow. The reason I want to do the Crystal Bow is I was reading up on it, and the Crystal Bow supposedly shoots without consuming arrows. So I should be able to use this instead of my Living Wood Bow and not even have to waste an ammo slot on arrows. So let's make that real quick. I believe it's very similar to a bow, except that you use crystals at the tips like that. All right, crystal bow. So we'll pull that off. We'll just dump those out of the inventory, and no, I guess not. I thought it was, maybe it's like Infinity where you have to, yeah, you have to have arrows in your inventory for it to work. That's annoying, but at least I'm not going to be consuming them, so I can shoot as much as I want. And yeah, that's good. So now I can retire my good old Living Wood Bow. We'll put him in this chest for the time being. I'll try to find a spot worthy for it. Unfortunately, we don't have Draconic in the pack, so I can't just toss it up on the wall, which is unfortunate. Alright, so let's grab that off the menu as well and put that in here. Let's see, next, the Rod of the Bifrost. Now this is for some nice mobility. So we're going to grab our items here. What the Rod of the Bifrost does is it uses mana to create a temporary, or I guess ethereal bridge, and I think it's like this if I remember correctly. Yep. Hey, I might have actually done my homework. So it should create a bridge going wherever you're looking. Yep. So then you can just use that to, you know, get up to places and stuff. You can also use this to create things like Bifrost blocks and stuff, which are needed for kind of, I guess, late game or even end game Britannia. You can create, oh wow, I must have been looking not quite where I thought I was. I hope that didn't burn. It didn't look like it burnt through a lot of mana. So that's kind of nice. Can I just get rid of these? No? Okay, so it looks like we're about to run out. Okay, there it goes. Cool. So that's going to definitely stay on me. Again, it's a nice mobility item, especially since I can't fly yet. That'll let me get up like steep cliffs and stuff, or over lava in the nether, things like that. So that's very nice. As long as I, you know, keep track of how much time is left in it, that should be perfectly good for exploration. So we'll get the Rod of the Bifrost off of there and put it in the chest. And next is kind of a big one. Britannia Enchanting. Now, Britannia Enchanting is a way to use mana, and it's this one down here. Use mana in order to create an enchanting, I guess, base, but it lets you enchant things without consuming the materials you use. And this is going to be like way in the way. Let's pull up these guys because they're going to be easy to move around. What I'm about to build is not going to be easy to move, and I think you need to attach a spark to it, like this. So I'm hoping that if I build it kind of over here, it's going to be close enough to that spark. Maybe over here. I can't remember how big this thing is. I know it's pretty big. So let's look up enchanting. Wow, hit the wrong button. Enchant. Enchanting with mana. So basically you have to build this thing. And okay. Once again, I've got this weird visualization thing where it doesn't always want to properly visualize, but it is quite big. So I guess it only shows up if there's nothing blocking it, or maybe it's the fact that there's a biome switch over there. Boy, I don't really have a good spot for this, do I? I guess I'm going to have to put it over here and bring the mana in maybe from one of these pools. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay, so let's put it right here. So if I right-click to anchor it, so gosh, this weird visualization. Now it's sunk into the ground. Okay, whatever. So basically what we want to do is set up this thing. So I've got all the obsidian I need, this lapis block. I don't have the flowers. I got my flower pouch on me, so that's probably okay. And I think it's just whatever flower. So we can use browns. I think they don't have to be all the same, but I guess we'll find out. So we need to put... Boy, this is... The fact that it keeps vanishing and reappearing is a little bit disconcerting. Okay, and there and there. So then we fill this all in with obsidian. Oh gosh, this is just so disorienting. Stop. I don't have enough obsidian. I thought I did. Alright, well, let's place the lapis block. I must have miscounted the obsidian. I'll be right back with a little bit more obsidian. Alright, I'm back with the obsidian, and we just fill that in like so. Then we need our mystical flowers, which I have here. I probably don't have enough of those out, but that's okay. So 1. Oh, is it because these 4 weren't supposed to be obsidian? I did fall 4 short, so I bet you that's it. These are supposed to actually be just regular, probably grass blocks. Ugh. Alright, so then we need to just dig up a grass block. Oh, that's not grass. It's probably fine if it's just dirt. It's probably fine. Well, it is diagonal to dirt, so it will eventually grow there if it needs to. So we need to remove all of these 4 corners. Alright, blocks are in place, so now we can just plant our mystical flowers. Now we gotta get in a spot where I can see where these go. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Oh, please let me find it. Okay, yes. There, and oh, guy, I really need to see where you are. Okay. And then finally, we top each of those flowers with mana pylons. So then... Why? We top each of these with mana pylons. And don't question my use of brown. Brown is a perfectly good decorative color. Alright, structure complete. Good. So now, what I need to do is get mana to it. So I need a pair of sparks, which I think maybe I've got some more. I don't have any more sparks. Okay, well, sparks are pretty easy if I remember correctly. So let's double check that. Spark. So sparks are very... a little bit of gold, 2 blaze, and 2 white petals. That's pretty cheap. So let's gather all that up. And we might as well use brown while we're gathering all these materials, and then we can make ourselves a couple of sparks. So I think it was top and bottom maybe? And then side to side with the mysticals, and then in the center was the gold. I got that. You can always trust me to get them 90 degrees off of each other. So if we put a spark, I think we can put a spark on here. Or do I actually have to feed it in? I might actually have to feed this in. How does this work? Let me look in the book here real quick. How does this work? Alright, so after construction is done, right-click the lapis block wand of forest and the enchanter should oh, okay, I have to actually right-click it. That's probably why I couldn't put anything on it. Wrong ones. Okay, so then right-click here. Ah, there we go. Now I should be able to put the spark on it, I'm hoping. Yep, okay, so I got a spark on that one, and I put a spark over here. Okay, so that should suck all of the energy that it needs in order to do its stuff whenever I enchant something. And the things I wanted to enchant were actually my armor here. So let's see if we can get one of these enchanted. I'll do the rest off screen, but once I get one of them done. So I have been messing around with our enchanting table, and I do have a nice selection of books in the chest. So I'm going to want... where I know I've got a protection in here. There's an unbreaking. I probably want that. Silk Touch, Looting, Smite, Sharpness, Soulbound. I could put Soulbound on this, but it's not really that expensive. And everything that you add... I've only got Protection 1. I thought I had a Protection 3 in here. Did I use it up? I probably used it up. I've got Looting 3. Huh. Well, that's awkward. Alright, well, let's just put Protection 1 on it, I guess. That's unfortunate, but, you know, not a big deal. I'll probably spend a little bit of time getting better enchants. It's not that big a deal right now to get these fully enchanted, but I do want to show it. So let's refresh myself on how to do that. Let's see. In order to use one, would place the item to be enchanted in this enchanter itself and drop enchanted books inside the circle around it. Items that are already enchanted can't be placed in the enchanter. To start enchanting, right-click the enchanter with a wand of forest. It'll scan the books around, and once it's done, the spell circle of sorts will appear around it, indicating the books can safely be picked up again. So what I want to do is throw my... Do I have to actually... Okay, so I do that. And then I'm assuming this is the circle they're talking about. So do I have to right-click it after putting in? Yeah, so I'm assuming just right here. So let's drop protection and unbreaking. So this is pretty terrible for the helm, but I want to show this more than I'm really worried about what's particularly on the enchant. I can always enchant the good old-fashioned way. Alright, right-click. Okay, and then it starts gathering up mana. And as you can see, we are doing all kinds of cool little graphics and stuff here. And I assume that means it's done. So then we should be able to just get our new helmet, and it's got protection and unbreaking on it. Sweet. Alright, so that worked exactly as I wanted it to. I'm not going to enchant any of my other stuff yet, I guess, because I want to get at least a protection 3, if not better. I think protection goes up to 5, doesn't it? But I definitely want to get some better books before. I could have sworn I had a better protection one in here. But while we're doing it, I might as well put this Power 5 Unbreaking 3 on my crystal bow, since it already natively has what's essentially Unbreaking. Not Unbreaking, Infinity. This is actually a good set, because Power 5 will make this bow pretty ridiculous. So if we throw the crystal bow on here, I should have done this instead of the helmet, because honestly it wasted my helmet. I'll have to do the rest on a... Oh wait, it only pulls the first one off the book, doesn't it? And it'll try to put Unbreaking 3 on it, but nothing else, if I remember correctly. Yes, if any book has more than one enchantment, only the first will be accounted for. So this is actually kind of a bad situation to have this nice book with Power 5 on it. We're just going to grab the bow off. I'll put Power 5 on it later. I'm going to have to do a lot more vanilla enchanting to get the books that I want. It's really a shame. I could always... You know, otherwise this book is kind of terrible, so... Because it's got the Unbreaking 3 on it, but otherwise, I need some more levels. I wonder where I am going to get some levels. I mean, gosh, their levels are so hard with my 4,322 ore berries. I never know where I'm going to find any level. Let's just take a whole stack. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. Okay. Back in you go. So yeah, I'm probably never going to be able to use this book in this kind of enchanting, so I might as well do it the old-fashioned way and just get Power and Unbreaking on this bow. And as far as I know, Unbreaking does synergize on this bow and makes it use up less mana by making it not cost mana every however many shots. Basically the same way Unbreaking works, where instead of utilizing or consuming the durability, it just doesn't do anything. And the way items work with Unbreaking on it is that whenever there's a chance to use durability, or whenever it goes to use durability, there's a chance that it does not. And since with mana it's just repairing these items rather than being used, it actually does synergize. That's from what I understand anyway. So yeah, so that's actually huge. That will be pretty essential going forward to get really good enchants on stuff. So yeah. Really excited about that. Really happy to finally have that. I should have done this much earlier because I wasted so many good books on doing my old armor that I could have used on this thing. All right. The last thing we want to do before the main event, and boy, this didn't take me hardly as much time as I thought it was going to, is a Sojourner Sash. And that's because it makes you move faster. So let's go in here, and it's all this stuff in some sort of form. This is like this, maybe? And then these corners, and then like that? Like that. No, probably off by... Yeah, okay. Alright, so then this can actually go on my girdle, like right there. And basically what this does is just makes me move faster. And I think there's... Yeah, I think it makes it so that you're essentially automatically dashing or something like that. But yeah, it makes you move around quite a bit faster. And if I put like haste on my stuff, I would move even faster. But at least a Sojourner Sash is just like natural haste. So always excited to have a Sojourner Sash, especially with what I plan to do today. And it's actually the thing that is going to take the most time, which is why I didn't plan too terribly much before it. Actually, that can go back in the thing. And this can go back in my book. If I drop it and then pick it up, it'll probably go in, which is like the laziest way to get something in the flower pouch. Pure daisies I will put over in the Botania stuff because I will need them, but I don't need them right away.